I'm Florian and I'm going to show you how to customize your Windows account. So the very first thing that we'll be doing is changing the Start menu. By default, Microsoft will put a variety of icons in this area here. Yours will look somewhat different as I have already removed mine and have put some placeholders in place here. Now you can remove these tiles by right-clicking on them and selecting Unpin from Start. I will do this for all of these icons. And notice how when I unpin the last icon in a group, the group title up here will also be removed. I like to have Microsoft Office apps on this side pane, so I will add those now. One way to do it is to scroll through, find the app, and then right-click on it and select Pin to Start. The other way you can do it is by clicking on the Start menu key at the bottom and typing the name of the app. And then you can either select Pin to Start here, or you can right-click on it and select Pin to Start. Sometimes the option won't appear on this side, so the right-click method never fails. There we are. I now have two apps in my group here. I'm going to call this Work Apps. So that's one group here. And say I wanted to pull Audacity into here as well. I can either drag that straight into Work Apps. As you can see, it defaulted into a new group with no name. And I can rearrange this any way I want. I can also grab any group and rearrange whole groups like so. Some of these icons will allow you to have multiple sizes. There's small, medium. There are larger sizes than medium as well. Two more. One is a large rectangle, which takes up 2 of these squares. And one is a large square that takes up 4 of these squares, so it's 4 times the size of this Audacity tile here. And remember, you can adjust this across ways if you need to also. I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm going to name this group just by clicking onto it, Sound Apps. There we go. Now, the next thing I want to do is to customize this taskbar. I'm personally not a fan of this search function here or of Cortana because I can call those up by just hitting the Windows key on my keyboard and starting to type anything. Now, while this functionality down here is useful to click into and type for an app or a file, so if I wanted Word, for example, I could just type Word and it would appear. And I can just click on that or hit enter to open it. Or if I were looking for a file, I can start typing the name of that file and I can find it like so. I get the same functionality by just hitting the Windows key and starting to type. So I'm not a fan personally of having this search bar down here. So I'm going to get rid of it by right-clicking on the taskbar, selecting search and hiding it. There we go. As you can see, if I hit the Windows key and start typing flower, I still get the same options in here with the same search options up here. And if I hit the Windows key again to search for an app, say Word, I can still do the same thing. I like to use keyboard shortcuts wherever possible. Hitting the Windows key and just searching for the app that I'm after is much quicker than clicking into some search field at the bottom of the screen. I also am not a fan of Cortana, so I'm going to remove Cortana by right-clicking on the taskbar again and removing the Show Cortana button. There we are. And the last thing I want to do is add Chrome to my taskbar as a quick launch icon. I don't want Edge, so I'm going to right-click on that and unpin it from the taskbar. And then all I'm going to do is hit my Windows key or click in the bottom corner, type Chrome, which I have previously installed, and pin it to the taskbar by right-clicking and clicking Pin to Taskbar. Just remember that while the option may be over here, it might not always be over here. Some programs have other options that they list in here. The next thing I want to do is enable dark mode. Dark mode is a trend that has been going on for a while with apps like Facebook and Instagram, as well as chat apps like Microsoft Teams, and Windows jumping on the bandwagon. To enable dark mode, I'm going to just hit the Windows key and type dark. That will give me the best guess it has as to the settings, and that is turn on dark mode for apps, so I will click on it. And from here, all I need to do is choose light, dark, or custom. Now, dark just gives me dark mode for everything. Whereas if I select custom, it lets me choose whether I just want Windows to be dark or light, or whether I want the apps to be light or dark. I personally like dark mode, although I have read things that say that reading light text on a dark background is slower than reading dark text on a light background. All in all, it really comes down to personal preference. My personal preference is for dark mode. However, you can also customize the experience by choosing your default Windows mode as light or dark, as I've just shown, and by choosing the default app mode. If I make the default app mode light, you will see that File Explorer is light as well as Chrome, like so. Whereas if I select dark, File Explorer will be dark, as will Google Chrome. It's worthwhile noting that this does not work across all apps. For example, if I launch Excel, it will launch in its default bright view. Anyway, that's all there is to it. We have customized this desktop to add dark mode, we've changed the taskbar, and we've changed the tiles on the side here. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.